I really hope that's recording. Hey, YouTube Gunham here. Welcome back to Satisfactory. So, I'm going to show you what I've been doing in Satisfactory 1.0. Yes, this is 1.0, so I don't have much. You can see from my milestone and objective where I am. So, these are my only three manufacturers. They are producing the heavy modular frames. This is the assembly line I have for... This is all screws. All 9 of these are screws. Over there is iron rods, iron rods, iron rods, and iron plates. I think. Or no, wait, no. Those ones back there are also iron plates. So those two are iron rods, and those two are iron plates. Those sets, I should say. And you see, I have some smelters over there. The rest of the smelters over there. I believe I have that copper node over there currently shut down. So now you can take a guess where I'm making some sulfur and coal from. Over there. There's actually a small manufacturing facility there to make some black powder and then brings it down. Coal storage there, which goes into the coal generators hiding behind the space elevator, because there's only 3. Other source of power near the main base is that large array. We'll take a look at that later. My old factory was actually right here. I spawned here. I'm like, okay, I know exactly where I am. I know what's where. There's some coal right down there. There's coal over there. Sulfur, loads of iron, everything else I need. And Caterium's pretty close by too. That's my Caterium line right there. So I built a terrible looking base, which is still partially up, and built that as an initial warehouse. So yeah. So reinforced iron plates. And these are both making excuse me, the modular frames for that. Now below is a little bit more, not much. That is making the encased industrial beams. Steel pipe is being made under here. Yeah, that's my steel pipes there. This is making obvious concrete. Concrete? Oh, nope, steel beams, which are empty right now. Let's trying. I need to upgrade my steel beam production. So I need more foundries. Is what I need, but I'm kind of low on room down here. So more concrete, and yeah, that's it for down here. I try to color code the areas going down a little bit to make it a little easier, and the way that the supposed landing. So yeah, should be easier that way. That's just coal, and coal feeding into here, which is packed, and the other coal is leading to my main plant over yonder. This is my old base, what's left of it. I had the hub around here somewhere, and I still have the biofuel generator because it's biofuel. Come on. Feeding itself. Yeah, it's literally just the biofuel units, and then that, which is producing, I don't remember what they're producing, but I just need to take those down. This, the Caterium, it's just Caterium, but I mean, if you want. Yeah, it's literally just this. Smelters, constructors, and room for moving things out of the way. Now to the main base. I need to tear that all down later, but I need to get rid of that warehouse first. So, coal goes into 1. What's in this one? Is more quick wire? It's more quick wire. A good amount of coal generators here. They're all nicely running. The coal is doing fine. I have excess water coming from that lake over yonder. And this is the main base. So let's take a look at it. Just a little. Let's start actually from... Well, first off, I have a color coding to allow me to see a passageway through. Nice little passage to allow me to go down or up. And we start from over here. So we have iron and iron and iron. Loads of iron there. I forgot to do a thing here. I'll do it later. So, what's this making? Oh, yeah, that's just iron rods. I need more screws, so I made iron rods more. A lot of stuff going up and down, forward and backwards here. This is making in case of industrial beams. You should probably just go up to look at it better. It's easier. Just get above the stupid thing. I should have made this red, but I'm just thinking of tearing this down. There we are. Much better. A little higher. Just get on top of the building. If I get to the top of that, but not yet. So, these are just popping out screws every now and then. It's a lot of screws. Underneath here, I'm building reinforced iron plates. Rotors are over there. These are modular frames, which are being made pretty slowly, but I don't really use many of them, so, you know. But rotors are being made over there. Why did I go down? Oh, well. I gotta go to the other up anyways, so let's do that instead. This is a secondary warehouse down here and over there and over there. I'll take a look at that when I have an actual better view, like when I go up. On this level, we do have access to over there. There's that water. Can anyone say spaghetti? Boom. That's a feeder line to somewhere. I forget where. This is producing something for the, which I no longer need for now. This is actually making some steel. I'm going to go up a level. Warehouse feeder. That's all nice. We have steel. That's making my explosives. So my black powder feeds in from there. Steel beams, steel pipes, all here and there. And the warehouse is above me, if that wasn't obvious. Speaking of feeding, how about feeding? Yeah. All the food. Except for the front. I color-coded that by accident. Whoopsie. All this just feeding all that there. But then the others are feeding that over there, which rotors and motors are there. Speaking of... Oh, nope. I went over here. Speaking of rotors and motors, I have a lot of that down here. And down below this. Is that wire? There's my quick wire going over into the backside. That's that thing which I need to disassemble. Rotors over there. This is making... I don't know what this is making. Well. Circuit boards, which are just being stored in there because they haven't brought them up to the warehouse yet. I also haven't brought up the heavy modular frames to the warehouse yet, but there's only like 50 of them, so meh. But as far as this goes, let's go underneath. Dunk. Here we go. Rotors. Rotors, rotors, rotors. All the rotors. And that is making my motors over here. There's motors, and you see it's very full. So full, it stopped. Rotors being stored there. What's up there? Well, there's rotors. Oh, that's stators. Rotors, stators. And that concrete. Why am I storing concrete there? I don't know. I mean, it's concrete. Yeah, you can never have too much concrete. Now, there's my steel production is right here for the main base. I have 9 foundries, so I really need to upgrade that. I could just pipe this over, but if I ever use a lot, I'm going to want my main base. I'm trying to do these two bases separate. I want that to be isolated for making all of those heavy modular frames, and it only make the heavy modular frames. So, yeah, but it's got to feed into the warehouse. Which, let's go into the warehouse, and then I'll run over to the oil. Mr. Warehouse. Yeah. This warehouse, I'm not going to make it up. I'm just going to take it further lengthwise. I've only got this right now, and they're still not all full. So until these all get full, I'm not going to push it further. But I want to put heavy modular frames around here somewhere. I don't need the silica there. I can move the silica over here, but I want to move it. Then again, I probably should. Move the silica right there. Put the circuit boards here and the heavy modular frames there. Well, heavy frames could go there, but then it makes more sense for it to be over here. But what am I going to move? The quick wire? That's a lot. I could just extend this by wanting to give me another room. Put everything there. Hey, bud. That should be pretty self-explanatory. Silica stuff all way up there with the quartz. Now, about that oil, which I really want to show this off. Donk. Always have a feeder line. That one box that's right outside the warehouse goes right all the way to my oil with nothing touching it. So that way I can feed my oil field with no issues. It's always a good idea to have a feeder. I just keep dumping more and more and more resources towards the oil field. Now I'm building a bridge. I was working on a bridge that's hopefully a nice one. Yep. We're almost to it. This is going to be a section. I can make this into a mini base of sorts. There's my little bitty manufacturing with the black powder, because coal and sulfur are right there. I might turn this into a train station. It's big enough. I mean, this is because I'm going to have a train coming through the oil for going around like I did the other thing. So we'll see. But before we continue on to the bridge itself, there's the two towers of the bridge. There's Tower East and Tower West. This is Tower West. It is literally full of batteries. That floor is completely full. This floor is under construction. It will be a pair of really tall towers. Hello. And here's the bridge. Yeah. Just this enormous thing over this large gully here. Which, that's the way I'm pointing, so it's right over here. There. Look at this thing. Two tall towers filled with batteries and a few other things. This side will be for my walkway. The other side will be for trains, with the middle empty for looks and for the looks of the bridge. I need to get rid of all that stuff with the explosives later. For now. And also, when you're running this far and you don't have monorails, it's a great idea to have, some way to run it quickly. Here's the other one. Here's this Tower East, which it's getting there. Now this is just a way down. Obviously, I only have the speedrunners. I don't have other stuff yet, so you can see my other base there on the left. The oil field. Let's take a look. So obviously, power's a concern, but it's not such a concern. Look at all those coal generators, and then there's some fuel generators. So yes, this water down there, concrete. That's just yes. And you can see it's filling, but it's not fully. That's almost full. Cool. I have a lot of concrete storage because it's concrete, and then I have a ton of refineries. A ton for me, let's say. A ton for me. Obviously, my rubber and copper is done. Here's my feeder, which is feeding in all of these. I need stuff. I got stuff. How many explosives on my person, by the way? Full. Well, 2 stacks. Now this, I believe, is fuel. Yep. So I'm making fuel there. I was getting rid of it, but I'm just going to get packaged fuel there. The excess goes in here, which it's currently turned off. Oh, right. I turned it off because I just wanted my fuel generators to stop glitching out. Nice and stable. I like that. Consumption rate is 20 per minute. I have 4 of them, so 80 per minute. And the maximum here is about 120. Let's do 40. That'll do 120 total. That's nice and full. 4 fuel generators, all those coal generators. Which, if you take a look inside, how's this for a look? Double water pipe system. I alternate the left and the right. So that way the water extractors are okay. Speaking of water extractors, I'll take a look at them when I go down. This is pretty. I don't want to touch that unless I get a geothermal out of it. Before I go down, I'm going to take a look at this. So the oil is pumping from a couple of nodes. I only have this half going, but this half is built. I had to move it in order to make it fit with this. So this side is all rubber, that side is all plastic, all these are empty. Over there, that is making petroleum coke, and these are my fuel. Just these three. Which you can see they're occasionally offline because they just aren't being consumed. So, obviously I need the waste product to make the fuel, so I need those to keep running. So to encourage them to keep running, going down. Bunk. I forgot I had the ladder. To encourage them to keep running, I got this. Nice and slow. This is coming from a Mark 1, or that's a Mark 2, and that's a Mark 1. So there's just make sure that stays nice and empty there, and then the plastic can also go to here. Because fuel. Fuel comes down and goes up. And this is how I do my water with no power shards. 5 units going to a double split and a joining in the middle. I don't use any valves here because it's fine. The one just goes splitting in between these two and it works fine. So yeah. Also, yeah, I'm okay with sod going through under circumstance. I'm okay with conveyor belts going through each other. If it looks like a train kind of diagonal, not along the same line. You know, they go backwards, but like this I'm okay with. Because you got it on a decent diagonal, like a train intersection. So, yeah. I'm okay with this. Because then I have what I want. So, concrete. So this keeps that running, and that keeps that running. You see on occasion the circuit boards get used up when that really starts to go. But this just guarantees that those that just keep running by just sinking a little bit and chewing that up. That's looking better. How much is that a minute? 40, so that's 120 a minute for those three, plus whatever this is. Of that stuff. Yep. Oh, yeah, that's fine. That's good, actually. So very little is going in there, but enough to hopefully keep these fairly empty. Right? No. Okay, let's increase it. It's on 30. Let's bump it up to 50. That'll help. I could just dump the system, but that's also my fuel for my fuel generator, so I don't think so. You know, it's stable for now, but my maximum consumption is pretty high, as is typical. Yeah, this is the base. I wish there was a level 2 of these. Oh well. That's a few. So, oil does what oil does. I got the one bit there, and to make sure that doesn't flow backwards, I do that. They consume pretty good, but there's obviously some here. It's not a lot. So, yeah. That's my factory thus far. I need to get circuit boards better up. I need to get my heavy modular frames to the warehouse. Crouch. Yeah. I could easily just use a train if I had one, but obviously I don't have one available right now. Yeah, that's my quartz somewhere up there, as is typical. Can you see it from here? Should be over there. Is that it right there? Right there, I see something kind of angled. There it is. That's the one I'm consuming because it got the check. No, that's not an angle. That's a curve. That's one of those bones. But so that's over there and that's over there. That's way up there. And the map is pretty big. It's just, you know. So, yeah. This I just love. Until I get a train, unless I'm going to upgrade these all to Mark IV, and I don't want to do that because I don't really need it at this time. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to go and get a little busy. Thank you all for watching. I will catch you later.